Hi everyone. In this session we are going to see about the timers in RS Logic 500. So we are having three timers in Allen Bradley RS Logic 500. The first one is on delay timer, second one is off delay timer, and the third one is return to on delay timer. So the block will be looks like this. On delay timer is name it as T on, TON, and this is the block available in Allen Bradley. Fine. And off delay timer will be called it as TOF, off delay timer. The blocks looks like this, and return to on delay timer. So it is RTO. So usually it will be having one input and two outputs. This will be the enable input, and this is the output, and this is the done bit of the timer. So we'll see elaborately what is on delay and what is off delay and return to timer and the function and working in Allen Bradley ladder logic. Fine. So you can find the timer over here. T on, T off, RTO. The shortcuts we have seen in the block, right? You can see here TON, TOF and RTO. So I'm going to take on delay timer now. So to take that, just click on the run, click on the block. Fine. So usually timer block will be at the last. You cannot connect the output after this. Timer should be at the end of the run. Got it? Right. So since I have told the timer is having one input, we should give some input condition to this. Let's take any one of the input contact, and I am going to name it as I:0/0. Let it be switch 1. I have given the description of switch 1, and it is asking a question mark here. This is nothing but a timer number. Okay, so what is the timer number is? We have some specification for all the timers. Let's see what is that. So timer number is nothing but timer address. So how we can indicate the timer? Like your project may have 10 to 15 timers. Take it as an example. So in that case, how we are going to differentiate all the 15 timers? That will be using this address. So it will be start like T4:0 to 255. That means you can use 256 timers in your project. So the first T is a file type, and the 4 is the file number, and 2 is the timer number. Okay, so there is a data file in the software. So T is the fourth file, so that's what timer is the fourth file. So this is a file type. So T indicates it is a timer. Like how we have given I:0, like I means input, O means output, like that T means timer, and 4 is the file number, and colon is for the separator, 2 is the timer number. Fine. And this is the on delay block will be looks like this, T4:0. Fine. And this time base is how it is going to count, whether it is in seconds or milliseconds, like that. Okay, because time base relates to the resolution of the timer. So you can change seconds to milliseconds also, right? And preset is the value you need to give how long it should go. For example, for the timer operation, you are setting some 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe 10 minutes, like that. You may set a time duration or time interval, and that duration is preset value. That is a 16-bit. That will occupy 16-bit. Fine. And moreover, we have an accumulator also. Accumulator is used to store the runtime time duration. If you have set the preset duration as 0 to 5 seconds, accumulator will be started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, it will store the running value. Got it? And that is also 16-bit. And moreover, we are having enable bit, timer timing bit, and done bit. So enable bit will be occupying the last bit of the word, and timer timing bit is occupying 14th bit. Done bit is occupying the 13th bit. Remaining bits are used for the internal purpose. right? I'll explain you in the software like how to use this enable bit, done bit and timer timing bit. Let's see that in the software. Fine. So now what address we need to give here means we need to give T4:0. It is not mandatory that you should start from 0. You can give any address. Fine. And time base we have seen, and the preset I am going to give here is 10. So I want the timer to run for 10, and since it is a on delay, it will be delaying the on condition, right? So for that I am going to get one rung, I am going to connect one output. It should be a Q0 output. Let it be a lamp. So whenever I am turning on the switch, a lamp need to turn on after 10 seconds. So if you see the timer, after 10 seconds, which bit will be turned on for the timer means this done bit. Okay. So as I have already told, we have 3 bits in the timer. First bit is enable bit. The enable bit will be turned on whenever you are turning on your SW1. If you turn on your SW1, enable bit will be on. If you turn on SW1 and your timer will also start running. So whenever your timer is counting, whenever a timer is doing its operation, timer timing bit will be on. And the last one is done bit. After your timer has done its work, after the 10th second, your done bit will be on. I'll show you how to get that. So to get the done bit, you need to give T4:0. This is the address of our first timer /DN. So this is done bit of the first timer you have used, right? So we'll go online and check. Go for download, go for run. I'm going to turn on SW1. So the timer is started running. So enable bit is on now. So after the 10th second, your lamp will be on because of the done bit. So if I turn off, accumulator value back to 0. Now how to check whether the enable is on? If you want to connect output with the enable bit, how to do it? I'll let you know how to do that. Get 2 more rungs, one for enable bit, another one for done bit, and you can connect 2 more outputs for respective bits. So I'll connect the next output here, Q1, Q2. You can rename this as lamp 2 and this may be lamp 3. You can change this to lamp 1. The description and all is for our understanding only, right? And how to get an enable bit? We are going to repeat the same thing. First, timer number /EN. EN is for enable bit. Just enter it. If you want, you can give description here. This is enable bit. This is option only. You can give. And same for this you can give, this is done bit. Same here we need to give a timer timing bit. So T4:0/TT bit. We'll check. Turn on a timer. So your enable bit and timer timing bit is on. Timer timing bit is on because the timer is running. Timer timing bit is off because the timer is not running now. It is reached its preset value, so that is going off. Done bit is on because timer has done its work. Right? Fine. Let me see one example for this. Switch on output using on delay timer. Switch on a output using on delay timer. So for this, for this particular question, you can use any bit. You can use TT bit, you can use enable bit, or you can use done bit. We need to just turn on an output using on delay timer. By using any bit, you can able to turn on an output. We have 3 outputs here. You can use any bit. Let's see the second question. When I0 is pressed, Q0 on for 5 seconds, Q1 on after 5 seconds. So the first output should on for. This word is very, very important. This is on for 5 seconds. That means after 5 seconds it should automatically off. And the second output should on after 5 seconds. So for the second output we can use the done bit. And for the first output we can use the timer timing bit. Because timer timing bit will be on for 5 seconds. So output will be on at the first second and off automatically after the 5th second. So you can make use of the timer timing bit for this. So this is your Q1. This is your Q0. Now I need to change the preset value to 5 as per the requirement, right? And this is switch 1. So I'm going online. So whenever switch 1 is on, Q0 is on for 5 seconds. So it is turned on. After 5 seconds it automatically goes off. Q1 should on after 5 seconds. So Q1 is connected with the done bit. Fine. So this is how we need to use the on delay timer. So depends upon our requirement. We can interchange the bits however we want. Fine. So without using timer timing bit, how we can make use of Q0? If I am giving the condition like this, without using TT bit. If the question is like this, how we can turn on the Q0 only for 5 seconds? Because we need to do the logic as per the requirement, right? So if we are having a constraint not to use a TT bit, then how we can make this possible? It is possible with the help of switch 1 and timer timing bit. Let's see how to do that. So I can connect, instead of the third rung, I can connect here itself. I can take a branch here. After that, connect your output, which is nothing but our O:0/0 Q1. This should be next output, right? Yeah. So this is Q0. So whenever SW1 is on, your Q0 will be on. But it should go off after 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, our timer done bit is on. So you can put a normally closed contact of done bit. And you can restrict here. So by putting a done bit in a normally closed contact without using a timer timing bit, you can make this possible. I go online. Turn on switch 1. So it is on. After 5 seconds, timer timing bit will be make the normally closed contact to open. So the line got broke. Q0 is off. And automatically Q1 will be on. This is how we need to do the on delay timer. What will be the off delay timer? Let's see the block. So off delay timer is used to delay the off condition. So the blocks look exactly like on delay timer. It is having one input and two output. As in the block it is having two outputs, but same as on delay we are having timer timing bit also here. So let's see how to use this in a software. So I have already used on delay timer here by changing the name here. What is the name of the off delay? TOF. So by changing the name, the on delay timer is changed to off delay. Timer off delay. So I'm going to give the same name as on delay timer T4:0 and the preset value as 5. So delete the branch and study the bit one by one. This should be the enable bit. Next should be the done bit. One, two. If you want, you can change the name. I'm giving this as Q3. So go for online. So when you turn on your switch, both enable bit and done bit will be on. Enable bit and done bit, both the bit will be on if you turn on the switch. Enable bit is a rung condition. Whenever switch 1 is on, that time your enable bit will be on. That is the rung condition. And what is the done bit means? The done bit will be always enable when the timer accumulator value is at 0. Fine. Suppose if you turn off this, done bit will still be in a on condition till the preset value, accumulator value reach the preset value. Fine. I'll change the preset value to 10 so that we can see it in a better way. I'm going to turn on. So enable bit and done bit is on. So this will be your output. Exact output is Q1. So this is the output you need to turn off after 10 seconds, right? So I'm going to turn off SW1. Q1 is not off. It will turn off after 10 seconds. Since the timer is running, timer timing bit is also running like this. Timer timing bit is running because the timer was in a running condition. So it is exactly same as on delay timer. That will be delaying the on condition. This will be delaying the off condition. There done bit will be on after 10 seconds. Here done bit will be on before 10 seconds itself. It will be off after the 10 seconds. Those are all the very basic difference. Now we are going to see about the retentive on delay timer. So that is the third type of timer we are having in Allen Bradley. You can see RTO. So I'm going to change the name here as RTO, or by deleting this you can insert the new timer here. This is also another way, or you can just change the name. Here also timer address is important. I'm giving T4:0 and timer preset I'm giving as 10. So this is retentive on delay. It will be exactly working like on delay timer. But the difference is on delay timer accumulator value will go to 0 if switch 1 is off. But here, even though the switch 1 is off, accumulator value will not go back to 0. It will retain its state. Again, whenever I am turning on a switch 1, it will count from the place where it it was there. Okay, I'll show it in online. First we'll see without disturbing SW1. First I'm turning on and let it be. It will be exactly acts like on delay timer. After 10 seconds Q1 will be on. This is common. This is common, right? The difference is if you turn off, the accumulator value will not go back to 0, but in on delay timer it will go back to 0. Then how can I make the accumulator back to 0? Means we need to use the reset separately. Fine. So we need to use the reset coil separately. For that we need to use one input to reset I:0/1, and I'm going to name this as reset switch. We'll connect the reset coil. You can see the reset coil over here. RES. Pick up that and give the timer address. Which one you want to reset? That address you need to give. I need to reset T4:0, so I'm giving the timer address. Now go for online. Go for run. Turn on now. It will be running. After 10 seconds your output will be on. After that, if you press the reset, what is happening? Accumulator value go back to 0 and you need to turn it off again. Again it will start, right? Because reset switch should be like a push button. You need to turn on and turn off at the next moment. Fine. So first I'll turn off this. I'm going to do the reset. Yeah, accumulator value back to 0. Then turn off the reset again. Now one more difference is if you turn on your input pulse, your timer is running. Immediately you are turning off. See the accumulator value, it is passed at 4th second, right? If you again turn on, it will start from the place where it missed. I was stopped the SW1 at 4th second. Whenever I am turning on again, it will start from the place where it was, right? It is retimed it. That's what it is written to on delay timer. Fine. The accumulator value will not go back to 0, but it will stay in the place where it were, right? So you need to reset it. However, if you turn on, you need to turn off the reset. Yeah, now it is happening. Even though if you turn off in the middle, it will be retained at the place. Your enable bit will also go on, right? Because your run condition goes false. If you turn it on again, it will work. Fine. So here also we are having done bit and enable bit. I'll just add that. Enable bit is nothing but a run condition, and timer timing bit will be like whenever the timer is running, it will be giving. Okay. Enable bit. And okay, for enable bit we need to give T4:0/EN. Fine, this is enable bit, and same T4:0/TT. This is timer timing bit. Let's connect one output for both respective outputs. So this is gonna be O:0/1, and the next one is up next address O:0/2, right? Yeah. So I'm going to turn on SW1. Now TT bit and enable bit will be on. If you turn off this, enable bit, TT bit both will go off because the timer is passed. So no bit will be on at that time. It is completely passed. But accumulator value will be returning it. If you again turn on, For the remaining 5 seconds, timer timing bit will be on. After 10 seconds, this will be on. Until you make the run condition to go false, enable bit will be on. See, enable bit will be off now, and timer done bit is still on because accumulator value is equal to preset value. Okay, done bit is nothing but accumulator value is equal to preset value. So since it is 10, done bit is on. If I press the reset, done bit will also goes off. This is the working of return to on delay timer.